What's up, chat? Today we are going to be ranking every Clash Royale card by how toxic they are. We are going to be ranking the Evos and the heroes as well, so let's go ahead and go over our categories. First, we have lethal. This is lethal amounts of toxicity. If you play the cards in this category, your name was definitely leaked in the Epstein files. Next, we have toxic. These are the classic toxic cards of the game. If you play them, I still hate you. And then we have annoying. These are cards that are a little bit annoying, but if you play them, I don't hate you. You know, they're just a nuisance. Then we have true neutral cards. They are fine to play against. Nobody really has super strong love or hate for them. Then we have skillful. These are the skillful cards of the game where if you play them, I have respect for you. And then finally, we have wholesome. This is the category where if you play the card, I'm like, oh, I can't believe you put that in your deck because these cards suck, or they're just so beloved by the community, no one could stand to put them in any other category. Now, I will say, I just recorded half this video without my mic on, so I want to blow my brains out a little bit. But we're going to start with Zap here. Zap is an annoying card, okay? If you have your stuff get reset, it's very, very painful at times. You can have the towers retarget and things. It's very useful. I think it's a very skillful card, right? I think it's one of the most skillful spells in the game. Actually, you know what? We're going to move it to skillful for that reason. It is annoying, but I think the skill required to use it incredibly well is like, it outweighs the annoyance. Now we're going to go with the Evo here. The Evo is... honestly, I think it's just as skillful, right? It allows you to have an answer to some stuff that you wouldn't. I don't really think it changes things that much. I think it's one of the better designed Evos in the game. Now we're going to go with Mortar. Mortar is not very hard to play itself, right? The decks it's used in are very difficult to play often. They require a ton of skill, but the Mortar itself, I think, just goes annoying. It requires an immediate answer. It's kind of bullshit. Sometimes it feels like it locks onto the tower when it shouldn't, so that's where it goes. Next, we have the Knight. The Knight goes in wholesome. Nobody's going to disagree with me on that one. Everybody loves the Knight. The Knight is awesome. He's one of the classic cards of the game. You never see a Knight put down and think, oh my god. Well, sometimes you do because, you know, they're playing log bait or whatever, but you get my point. So let's go ahead and do the Knight Evo next. If I can find it. Surely one of these cards is the Knight Evo. Okay, while I look for that, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, here it is. Knight Evo. Neutral, right? I think as soon as you bust out the Evo for almost any card, it immediately cannot be wholesome. The Evos are not wholesome. They warp the fabric of Clash Royale forever. But I'm not mad about the Knight Evo. It's very easy to deal with. It doesn't have that much impact. It's a nice, cool little twist for the card. I think it makes sense. It's good. Let's go ahead and cover the hero, though. Hero, fucking... I dropped it. Hero, I dropped it again. Okay, let's go slow this time. It's toxic. It's disgusting. It's lethal for the game. The heroes, I mean, you could just prove that the heroes were lethal for the game. With the decline in the player base combined with level 16, it's just gross. You can perfectly counter a push, and then somebody activates their stupid 3 elixir ability, and it's like you didn't do anything at all. It's horrible. I hate it. It's disgusting. Next, we have the Goblin Hut. The Goblin Hut is annoying. The Goblin Hut requires almost no skill to play. You plop it down, and then if your opponent messes up and they play the wrong thing, you get an army of goblins almost for free. I do not like it. I think it's a much better card than it used to be. I think the rework makes sense, but it's absolutely annoying to play against. Whenever you play the wrong thing and they summon that army of goblins, you best hope to God, you best pray that you have an answer. Next, we have the Cannon. The Cannon is absolutely a skillful card. No one would disagree with that, I don't think. It's used in only the most skillful decks. It's one of the most versatile cards in the game. It's a beautiful card. I love the Cannon, even though I never play it. However, the Cannon Evo, let's see. Where is it? Here it is. The Cannon Evo, you know, I would say that the Cannon Evo is also pretty skillful. You have to aim it. You have to adjust your placement. You've got to time it right. I think it requires skill to get value from, and therefore goes in the skillful tier. Next, we have Bomber. Bomber is a pretty neutral card. I never hear any hate about the bomb tower. Sorry, bomb tower, not bomber. There's a little bomber in it, but nobody's hating on the bomb tower. Next, we have Hog Rider. Hog Rider is absolutely a skillful card. I mean, well, hold on. Hog Rider is definitely used in the most skillful decks in the game a lot of the time. It is a skillful card in and of itself. It requires skill to get value from at times. It can be annoying, but I think overall skill is where it belongs. Next, we're going to go with Tombstone. I think the Tombstone is a neutral card. I don't think it requires nearly as much skill to get value from as the Cannon, and it's going to go in neutral for that reason. Next up, we have Fireball. Fireball is just a fireball. It's a classic spell. You either get value from it or you don't. It's not hard to hit. It's very difficult to miss a lot of the time, I mean, and you can just kind of throw that baby down and it's free value. Next, we have Barbs. Barbs are going to be neutral. They either get fireballed or they don't, and you get a little value from them. I don't think anybody's annoyed by Barbs. They generally feel pretty easy to deal with, and they don't get extreme value for their cost. Next, we have Archers. I'm going to put Archers in neutral. I understand there's probably some of you out there who are like, Archers definitely go in wholesome, but I don't think they quite have the same amount of love for them as the Knight does, so they're going to go neutral. You're never annoyed about seeing Archers. However, we have Evo Archers, right? Where are they? Evo Archers? I'm going to be so honest. I feel like these just go in neutral as well. As soon as you see the Archers, you fucking arrows them. As soon as you see the Evo Archers, you arrows them again. I never deal with them. I just arrows them immediately, or, you know, small spell them and they're gone. So I don't think you have to worry about them. They don't do that much for most of the time. Next, we have Valk. I think Valk can go in wholesome. Okay. I think the community has a lot of love for the Valkyrie. She's a classic card. She's been in the game forever, and yeah, she's just super useful. However, Evo Valk is going straight in lethal. Disgusting card. Disgusting Evo. Absolutely horrible in my opinion. I have never seen a more free get out of jail free card, right? It costs you nothing to put this down and completely counter a push. I hate it so much. Next, we have Minions. Minions are a little annoying. Minions are absolutely a little annoying. They do just enough damage that you really can't leave them alone. And if they get thrown behind a giant or something, they can be very hard to deal with if you don't have the right answer in hand. So very annoying, I would say. Same thing with the Tesla. I know that might be a hot take, but I feel like Tesla has really become a mid-ladder card for some reason, chat. I don't know what it is. I run into it literally all the time now in all sorts of decks. People just throw it in whatever now. I feel like it's just a little too good. Arrows, neutral. Don't require a ton of skill to get value from. Wide area of effect, you know, very easy to play. Not super annoying though. I don't think, like, if you've got arrows, good. If you don't, you kind of wish you had them sometimes. I don't know. Next, we have Minion Horde. Absolutely toxic, right? Minion Horde is very easily countered for a positive elixir trade. However, if you don't have an answer in hand, you're just going to fucking lose your whole shit. It's insane. The minor Minion Horde push is lethal. If they don't have something, you just get their whole tower basically for free. It's kind of disgusting. Next up, we have the Wizard. Now, I know I'm going to get some hate for this one, okay? There was a lot of Wizard love I did not expect in my last tier list, chat. But Wizard, I think, is absolutely an annoying card, okay? If you don't have lightning, he feels like he could be very difficult to deal with. I don't know what it is. He also is a very mid-ladder card. You know, if he's over-leveled, he gets a lot of extra value that maybe he shouldn't necessarily. But he's annoying. Now, Evo Wizard. Evo Wizard is toxic, okay? The shield is very, very annoying because it kind of stops you from countering him some of the best ways you have to counter him. It's just really gross. I don't love it. It feels kind of BS a lot of the time, and I feel like I don't know what to do about it sometimes. You know, you kind of just have to go, well, I guess I'm going to forfeit some free elixir because they have the Evo Wizard. Next up, we have the Mini P.E.K.K.A. 100% wholesome, bro. Everybody loves the Mini P.E.K.K.A, okay? But I do have something important to say about the Mini P.E.K.K.A. I have an admission, right? I'm scared to even say this, okay? I used to be a Mini P.E.K.K.A hater, right? I know, chat. I know. How could I? But I just didn't play him, and I didn't get it. But now I've played him. I see the vision. He's one of the best cards in the game. And when that little fucker, he gets to the tower, right? He's got 1 health left, and he goes and fucking knocks that bitch down, bro. And I just want to go suck him off because it's beautiful. It's like, how did you do it, brother? I can't believe you. You really pulled it out for this one. He's just one of the best cards in the game. Next, we have Giant. I think I'm going to go wholesome for the Giant as well. I don't think anybody's hating on the Giant. Oh, wait. We have something we need to address. Hero Mini P.E.K.K.A. Absolutely toxic. No, lethal. All the heroes are going to be lethal. Listen, you know it. I know it. They're all disgusting. They're broken. They're BS. If you don't have them, you just are at an extreme disadvantage. I have lost games simply because that little fucker runs across the bridge 1 health, and I'm like, oh, I've perfectly countered this bastard. And then, bing, 5 levels, knocks my whole tower down with 1 health. It's disgusting. Anyway, Giant, wholesome. Nobody hates the Giant. Very easy card to defend in a lot of situations. You know, I feel like it's very fair. You know what he is. You know what he does. It's not all that bad. The Hero Giant. I think the Hero Giant might legitimately be one of the most toxic cards in the game now, simply because of the way it's used. These people with the Hero Giant will play the game normally the whole time, right? Until the last 10 seconds of the game. And then they'll fucking activate the ability and they'll knock your counter away and steal the game out in the last 10 seconds with the ability. It's really gross. It's really toxic for the game. I'm putting it at the top. These are not in order, but you just know. Right now, that's my current most toxic card in the game, I think. Next up, we have Inferno Tower. Inferno Tower is annoying, 100%, okay? It can be very difficult to deal with. Even sometimes it feels like, I got my Royal Giant, right? He's marching across the bridge. They drop the Inferno Tower, okay? I wait half a second, bzz, bzz, lightning, and it still feels like my Royal Giant lost half its health. I don't know. It just feels a little BS at times. It's very annoying, so it's going there. Musketeer. Musketeer is going to go in neutral. I feel like that's a hot take. I feel like a lot of people are very fond of the Musketeer, right? But she can go. I don't know. The Musketeer is just a fantastic card. She's only used in the most skillful of decks. I hardly see her in anything else. But there's something about it where I just feel like she doesn't quite belong in wholesome. Maybe we can put her in skillful. I think she does require some skill to use. I don't know. Let me know what you think about the Musketeer, chat. I'm really not sure about that one. However, Musketeer hero, disgusting. I spit upon thee. Horrible card. Horrible for the game. It's really gross. It's just so much value. The turret gets so much value. It has so high DPS. It's a building. It kind of does everything you could possibly want, and it costs 3 elixir. It's disgusting. It's got to be the worst hero, I think. I think if I had to rank the heroes in order of disgustingness, this would be it right here. Yeah. Okay. Evo Musketeer. Evo Musketeer. Someone activate their, wait, yeah, there we go. Evo Musket. I lost it. Hold on. Okay, Evo Musketeer, I'll find it while I'm talking. Evo Musketeer is a solid Evo, right? It's a little annoying. It's definitely a little annoying, okay? It feels bad to get something sniped halfway across the map, but I don't feel like it's that bad. She just kills one thing. You can easily mitigate, you know, you can drop some little skellies in front of it, eat the whole Evo, and then it's basically useless. So just a little annoying. Okay, Rocket. Rocket is absolutely annoying, okay? Getting Rocket cycled I'm putting Rocket in toxic, okay? It goes in log bait, and log bait is toxic, okay? People who play log bait are toxic people. Don't let them try and gaslight you about that. Rocket is very annoying. It's very annoying to get Rocket cycled down and feel like pretty much helpless. Like there's not a whole lot you can do. People are winning games by Rocket cycling the King Tower, okay? That's disgusting. Next up, we have Pump. Absolutely a toxic card, okay? It requires immediate answer, and if not, your opponent just gets so much value from it. It's kind of gross. I don't like Pump. Most of the Pump decks they feel like really feast or famine, which I don't think is honestly good game design a lot of the time. Next up, we have Goblins. Goblins are wholesome. And wait. Hear me out. Okay, I feel like that might be an odd take. But I just feel like nobody plays Goblins, right? Like, when do you ever see Goblins? What decks are they even in? When you see them, it's like, oh, little buddy's got Goblins. That's cool. Barb Hut. Oh, God. Barb Hut is a truly unique card. Can if I could add... Here we go. It's yellow too. That's perfect. Okay, Barb Hut is a truly unique card. Barb Hut is annoying at times, but it's also wholesome, and it's definitely not skillful, but it's also toxic, right? I feel like it's a little bit of everything. Barb Hut sucks most of the time, right? And when I see it, I'm like, oh my god, they got Barb Hut. That's so cool. I love seeing Barb Hut. I've tried to play it many times, but it just sucks so bad. But at the same time, The army of barbs is really annoying and toxic and gross. It's just in a weird spot, and I think it deserves its own category. Mirror, absolutely toxic, okay? They fucking play their goblin barrel, you log it, then they play another goblin barrel? I mean, what the fuck? Horrible, disgusting, gross, toxic. Rage. This is what toxicity looks like, okay? If you could distill toxicity down into an elixir, this is what it would be. E-barbs at the bridge with rage is just, it's one of the classic, most toxic things you can do in the game. Skeleton Army. Skeleton Army is a true neutral card, okay? A normal Skeleton Army is very fair and understandable. It's a cool card. It's fun. Skeleton Army. Sorry, I had to throw that one in there. I love Skeleton Army. Anyway, Skeleton Army Evo is absolutely radioactively toxic. Half of the videos I see from other creators who play this game are glitch ways you can fucking use the Skarmy, the Skeleton Army, to do some insane stuff where you hold the general back with the musketeer turret, then it's the giant, and they just keep finding stuff to abuse that, and that's the whole gimmick of their deck. It's gross. Goblin Barrel, absolutely annoying. It's not toxic. Well, it's toxic. Okay, Goblin Barrel is toxic. It's just annoying, a super annoying, gross way to play the game, to cycle the Goblin Barrel into out. It's just gross. It's just gross. Okay, Goblin Barrel Evo, I actually don't think it's any worse. It's really easy to tell. I think I've been tricked at one time in my entire life by the Goblin Barrel Evo, so I just don't think it's that good. Next up, we have Baby Dragon. Baby Dragon is a wholesome card. Okay, I think Baby Dragon's pretty wholesome. You don't see him in that many decks, and when he is played, I'm never mad about the Baby Dragon. He's kind of got a lot of health. Sometimes I think he has too much, you know, but overall, I think a pretty wholesome card. Now, the Baby Dragon Evo is pretty it's annoying, actually. I think it's just annoying. It was really bad when it came out, right? I think it definitely would have gone in toxic or lethal, but now I think it's toned down. It's an all-right addition. Next up, we have Skellimans. Skellimans are good. I think they definitely go in skillful, right? It's a cycle card. You hardly ever see Skellimans used in a non-cycle deck, really. And they require a lot of skill to use well because it's just three little guys who are paper thin. So yeah, Freeze, absolutely toxic, right? I mean, there's nothing more toxic than putting your shitty little lumberjack and then your shitty little balloon, and then you're like, oh, they put down their E-Drag, they put down, oh, I gotta put down the fuck you. Next we have Witch. Witch is, oh, I'm gonna get some hate for this. Maybe not, actually. I was gonna put her in toxic, but she's not. She's just annoying. Witch is very annoying. She's an annoying card to deal with. I think we can all agree with that. Next up, we have Evo Witch, though. Evo Witch is toxic, okay? When my best counters to Witch heal her, that is annoying, okay? It's just annoying. She can get so much value sometimes, it makes me want to puke. Next, we have the Prince. Absolutely toxic, okay? The Prince is a toxic card. When he sometimes it feels like God himself has given him a pass in life to just do bullshit, you know? Because he'll charge when he really shouldn't be charging, okay? Next up, we have the Bomber. The Bomber is going to be neutral. Okay, Barry is a nice guy and all, but I don't think he quite fits into the wholesome category. And I'm never mad about the Bomber. He's just kind of a whatever guy, you know? Okay, so Bomber... Oh, we forgot Skeleton Evo. Let's do that real quick. Skeleton Evo, annoying. It's very scary, okay? The threat of the Skeleton Evo is real. I think about it at night when I go to sleep, and then I have nightmares about it. Because all it takes is missing one Skeleton, and your whole tower can be gone. It's very, very scary. So, yeah. Where were we at? We're at Barry. Barry's Evo. Barry's Evo is also neutral. I really don't think it changes that much about him. I mean, sometimes you're going to get screwed by Barry, where he's just going to roll his little bowling ball of death into your tower, but most of the time, it's not a big deal. Balloon. This may be a hot take, but I'm going to put Balloon in neutral, okay? I don't think Balloon itself is really all that scary. I think it normally feels pretty fair. There's a lot of answers in most decks to deal with it. It can be very difficult to even get the balloon to the tower. It feels like they're fighting an uphill battle the whole game to make that happen. So overall, I'm going to put it in neutral, but I could definitely understand, chat, if you wanted to put it in annoying. Okay, and then we have Giant Skeleton. Giant Skeleton is annoying for a very similar reason that the Skellimans are. All it takes is one slip up and your whole tower is gone. So I feel like it's just annoying. It's annoying to play against. It's not really like toxic though, but I absolutely am annoyed anytime I have to play against it because I'm live in fear of the entire game that I'm going to slip up and lose my tower. Okay, Lightning. Lightning's toxic. Okay, Lightning is a fucking toxic card. You put down what I live and breathe for those moments where the little fucker, he drops the wizard behind the tower. I'm like, oh, I'm licking my lips and shit. I cannot wait to zap that guy off the board. So yeah, and sometimes, dude, the best lightnings are the ones you didn't even know were going to happen, right? I think that's what truly makes it toxic, okay? You're building up a push, you got a guy, so like you put your golem down, right? Then you put, I don't know, your witch behind it. I'm like, oh, I'm going for a lightning. I put it down, and then you put your baby dragon down too, accidentally in the lightning, and I get all three when I only wanted two. It's beautiful, but it is toxic. Okay, Expo, absolutely a toxic card, right? Like one of the most toxic cards in the game, I think. It doesn't quite fit up here with the radioactive hero stuff, but dude, it requires a serious answer. It's so easy to slip up, and once it gets a lock, you lose like half your tower. I know getting a lock can be very difficult. I'm not saying Expo decks are not skillful, right? They are, but the Expo itself is absolutely not skillful in my opinion. All right, Mama P.E.K.K.A. Mama P.E.K.K.A. Mama P.E.K.K.A. is just, oh, I want to put her in wholesome. I love Mama P.E.K.K.A., okay? I'm going to put her in, I don't know. Hold on one sec. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, your mom called. I had to take care of that real quick. Anyway, P.E.K.K.A. P.E.K.K.A. is going in wholesome. I love the P.E.K.K.A. I feel like she has many of the same qualities as the mini P.E.K.K.A., just bigger. So I don't think anybody's super mad about the P.E.K.K.A. The P.E.K.K.A. Evo, I don't think any Evo can really be wholesome, right? It's not skillful, so it's just going to go in neutral. I don't feel like anybody's super mad about the P.E.K.K.A. Evo. It's not, it never feels like it even matters, really, for the most part. Every once in a while. Oh boy, Golem. Golem is a divisive card, okay? Golem decks have skill involved sometimes, right? It's not annoying. It's not neutral. I don't know where to put the Golem. I gotta be so honest with you. I feel like Golem's got to go in the Barb Hut category. I know that might be a strange pick, but there's so many opinions about the Golem. I don't know where to place it. It's certainly not a wholesome card, but Golem decks do require skill at times, but sometimes they don't require any skill. You know, people go back and forth about this, so I think Barb Hut is fine for the Golem. It's a special card. Royal Giant is toxic. Okay, Royal Giant is absolutely toxic. Now, is the Royal Giant as toxic as it used to be, chat? Absolutely not. When the old Furnace was still in the game, Royal Giant was one of the most toxic decks in the game. But I feel like that's been really toned back now. I feel like Royal Giant requires some skill to get value from. However, absolutely a toxic card. Three Musketeers. Three Musketeers, huh? Oh wait, I've forgotten. Royal Giant Evo. The Royal Giant Evo. I play a lot of Royal Giant simply because it's one of the highest level cards I happen to have. Absolutely annoying. Okay. Now you're asking, how could the Royal Giant Evo be less toxic than the Royal Giant itself? Let me explain to you a thing, okay? The Royal Giant Evo is fucking awesome when he curb stomps 500 skeletons at once. However, he does not do that 90% of the time. If I play my Royal Giant Evo at the bridge, right, he takes 2 steps, you play your Skarmy at the bridge, your Skarmy will chew him up before he ever even gets to shoot and curb stomp them. So it's just this, it's so annoying. It feels like I don't even have an Evo 90% of the time. So annoying, okay? That's going to be a hot take, I know, but whatever. Listen, I know what I'm talking about, okay? Three Musketeers, annoying also. Actually, neutral. I feel like they're so easily, well, they've been reworked. We'll put them in annoying, okay? It's kind of annoying. They can get some good value if you play them right, whatever. Dark Prince. I feel like Dark Prince is going to go in neutral. I feel like Dark Prince is better than the Prince. It doesn't feel nearly as toxic, and I'm never really annoyed about seeing a Dark Prince. It feels very fair most of the time. I don't know what the real difference is here, but there's something about the Dark Prince that doesn't feel nearly as scummy as the regular Prince. Poison, skillful card, right? It always goes in skillful decks. It's one of the harder spells to get value out of in the game. You can put it down, but if you put it down at the wrong time and stuff, it won't get all the value it should. So absolutely a skillful card. Princess, toxic. Absolutely toxic without a doubt. Oh, I mean, if it goes in log bait, it's probably toxic. I think that's just the case, okay? She is very annoying. It feels almost impossible at times to stop her from getting at least one hit on your tower. Ice Wiz is a neutral card. So I would put it in skillful, but I don't really think the Ice Wiz actually takes that much skill to use, but he's often used in control decks, which I would say control requires some skill to use, but he in and of himself does not require a ton of skill. All right, Fire Spirit. All of the spirits, I would say, probably go in skillful, right? They are difficult to get the necessary value to play them. You know, when you put them down, you have to get value from them. Otherwise, they are useless, and it can be very difficult to get that value. Furnace, annoying. Absolutely annoying. Anything that spawns fire spirits is going to be annoying, okay? They do so much damage and they are so difficult to deal with, and he's not good lightning value. I mean, he is, but like you're down to elixir. It's tough to deal with the furnace in a way that feels like you are up on the exchange, okay? Next up, we have Spear Gobs. Spear Gobs are a neutral card, okay? They don't require a ton of skill to use, I don't think, but they are not nearly as rare as regular goblins, so they're going to be put in neutral, okay? Next up, we have Guards. I think guards are also neutral. They don't require a ton of skill to use either. You just kind of plop them down and they do their thing, but they aren't wholesome and they're not annoying either. They're fairly easy to deal with. Miner absolutely goes in skillful. Okay, he may be annoying, but he requires a ton of skill to use. There's so many unique and creative things you can do with this card. It's one of the best cards in the game. There's a reason that so many people wanted Miner nerfed because he's just that cool. Sparky's toxic, okay? Anything that can roll up and fucking disintegrate you and has wheels is gonna be toxic. That's just how it goes, you know? The Sparky is not difficult to counter. Half the stuff in the game counters it, especially all of the nonsense with the Evos and things like that. It is very, 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 very easily countered. But if you make one little mistake, whole tower gone. And that's why Sparky is absolutely toxic. Lava Hound. Oh, Lava Hound is going to go in neutral. The Lava Hound requires almost no skill to play. You put it in the corner and it flies very slowly to the tower. What did you even do? You put a card down. Okay, the Lava Hound decks or whatever, you know, but Lava Hound itself requires almost no skill to play. And it's not annoying either. I feel like it's one of the most easily countered win conditions. So yeah. Ice Spirit. Skillful, same as the Fire Spirit. Bowler, wholesome. Everybody loves the Bowler, okay? He can be a little annoying to face, but in general, it feels fair. He feels like he is quite the investment of elixir, right? You have to get good value with him or you waste a ton of elixir, but I would put him in wholesome. Log is a little toxic, okay? It's a little toxic. Well, no, we'll put it annoying. I don't think it quite rises to the level of toxic. It's annoying, okay? Having your guy pushed back, having all your Skellimans crushed, all that stuff, it's annoying. It's an annoying card to deal with. It can get a ton of value at times, seemingly with very little skill required, but yeah. Lumberjack. Oh, where did he go? Lumberjack, a little toxic, okay? The Lumberjack is a little toxic. He's only played in the most toxic bullshit strategies of, I put down my Lumberjack, I put down my Balloon, and I rush you and pray to God you don't have an answer, right? Which is just bullshit. Frankly, it's bullshit. And people who play Lumberjack should be put down. Okay, and now we're going to go with the Ice Golem. Skillful card. 100% a skillful card. It requires a lot of skill to get value with the Ice Golem, right? One wrong tile, you put it off just by a tile and you're cooked, okay? Mega Minion. I feel like Mega Minion is a neutral card, right? Oh, the Mega Minion, he does good damage. His single target, you know, he feels fair. I would say he feels fair. Okay, Inferno Dragon. Inferno Dragon's annoying. Inferno Dragon is absolutely annoying, chat. The Inferno Dragon can sometimes just cook your whole tower. If you make one, It's another one of these cards where you make a single misplay and you lose your whole tower for it, so it's absolutely annoying. Graveyard. Graveyard is... I feel like Graveyard is either in skillful or neutral. I'm going to put Graveyard in skillful. I feel like in today's day and age, in today's Clash Royale, it requires a lot of skill to get real value with the Graveyard. You almost never seen it play. I'm even going to put it in wholesome, actually. It's one of those nostalgic cards that's been in the game forever, and it's no longer really good. I never see it played, and it feels so easy to counter with all of the evos and bullshit and nonsense that's in the game now. So we're going to put it in wholesome. E-Barb's fucking toxic as shit, dude. I mean, it's these guys might as well get married to each other. This is the quintessential toxic card. Overleveled E-Barbs is one of the most toxic things you can do in Clash Royale, and it has been since day one. Next up, we got Tornado. Absolutely a skillful card, right? Very annoying for your opponent, but it requires a ton of skill. You got to know all these little placements and intricacies to get the most value out of it, so skillful. Clone, absolutely toxic, annoying bullshit, right? You think you've countered a push, you think you got it together, boom, they clone their fucking Skelly Giant, fucking Skarmy. It's just bullshit. We all know it. If you play clone, you're toxic, and that's okay. Next up, we have Ewiz. Ewiz is going to go in neutral. I don't think he requires a ton of skill to get value from. He's also not very annoying. Well, actually, I think we can bump Ewiz up to annoying, because if they have an Ewiz behind a tank, right, he just fucking, he can make a winning defense into a losing one very quickly with his little zaps. Or I guess not very quickly. It's normally a very slow, painful process as you watch him zap all the stuff that was supposed to counter what you know, the enemy put down. Okay, Goblin Gang. Goblin Gang is a neutral card. I feel like the Goblin Gang, I almost want to put it in skillful, because I think in general the Goblin Gang can be very difficult to get value from, right? It gets countered by a lot of stuff. It does not kite in the same way that like an Ice Golem does and stuff, so I feel like it can be difficult to get value from, but I'm going to put it in neutral for now. Oh boy, Dark Goggins, right? I feel like Dark Goggins does not require a lot of skill to get value from, okay? You drop that shit at the bridge, that's 1,000 damage if left unanswered. You put it behind your King Tower, doesn't matter. He does not require a lot of skill. He is annoying for sure. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and grab the Evo. The Evo goes in toxic. I mean, it's literally toxic, right? He's poisoning you. He's poisoning my mind just by existing. He can kill an entire push after a couple of shots. It's really gross. And I think this is fine placement for the Dark Gob. Battle Ram. Battle Ram is going to go in neutral. Okay, I know it could definitely go in annoying, but I don't think it rises to that level. It's typically pretty easily dealt with. Now, on the other hand, I can't... The Molester Machine, okay? The Molester Machine is absolutely toxic, okay? This thing, if you don't answer it immediately, just bends you over backwards and rams you repeatedly, giving you eternal backshots until you die. So that's pretty toxic if you ask me. The Executioner is absolutely annoying. Okay, the Executioner is annoying. I feel like it's kind of BS that he doesn't die to lightning. I really feel like he should. And when he lives with a sliver of health, I get pissed off. Now, the Evo for the Executioner. Where is that bad boy? Him. I think he also just goes in annoying. I really don't think the Evo's that good. I never like am pissed off about the Evo Executioner the same way I am about the Wizard Evo. So I think that's fair placement. Bats, skillful card. Okay. I think you can make the case for neutral or annoying, but I think it generally, you have to be smart with your bats placement to really get value out of them. And I think they belong in skillful. Heal Spirit is going to go in wholesome. Okay. I love the little Heal Spirit. Anytime you see it, you're like, oh, they got Heal Spirit. That's cool, because nobody plays it really. It's not that good of a card, and it's really only used in situational decks, but I like it. Okay. I think it goes in wholesome. Bandit, I love the Bandit, but the Bandit is absolutely annoying, okay? Drop a Bandit at the bridge, and now you have to immediately answer stuff. Stuff that puts so much pressure on you that you have to immediately answer, or stuff that, like, one little mistake completely fucks you over. These are the cards that are annoying and toxic, or cards that can be over-leveled for extreme value. Night Witch, Night Witch is neutral. Okay, nobody's ever mad about a Night Witch getting put down. She's only played in a couple of decks, typically beat down, so I think that's perfectly fine. Skelly Barrel is going into maximum toxicity, okay? The Skelly Barrel is fucking disgusting right now. It does way too much damage. The death damage feels unavoidable 90% of the time. Even if you manage to kill the death damage, then you have to deal with the skeletons, which can feel unavoidable. It feels like 90% of the time you're in a lose-lose situation when dealing with it. So it's disgusting. And because it's disgusting, that means the Evo is even more disgusting. Maybe the most broken, disgusting, nasty card in the game right now, okay? Flying Machine is a wholesome card, I feel like. The Flying Machine is a cool card. It's like a Air Musketeer. People love it. And I don't think it requires a ton of skill. It's easily dealt with, but at the same time, it's a neat card. When you get that lock, it's really satisfying. I almost want to put it neutral. I don't know. That's fine. I think I'm going to say that the same thing about Cannon Card. I think these are just cool cards that are fun. They have a lot of flavor to them. And whenever, you know, I don't know. I don't feel like they're hard to counter. I don't think they require a ton of skill to use. So I feel like they belong in this wholesome category. Mega Knight, I mean, you all know it. It's going to toxic, okay? Is it as toxic as this stuff up here? I don't think so. Not anymore. I feel like a lot of people just get crushed by it being over leveled or not really knowing how to deal with it. I mean, he gets dealt with by a lot of stuff. You can kill it with like 2 elixir or something, you know? So not so bad. But the Evo, on the other hand, the Evo is absolutely toxic as fuck, dude. The Evo is super duper annoying. It feels like the Evo completely decimates the very things that are supposed to counter him, right? Mega Knight countered by Mini Tank. Mega Knight Evo counters Mini Tank. What are you supposed to do, right? What are you supposed to do? Anyway, Zappies are absolutely annoying. I mean, there's nothing more annoying than those little fuckers zapping you to death. I love them. They don't require any skill to use. You just pop them down and they fucking do their thing. But they're absolutely annoying. Barb Barrel. I think Barb Barrel is a very skillful card, okay? You could do a lot of stuff. It's a very versatile card. You can kite with it. You can take out goblin gangs and stuff like that. It has a lot of uses. There's a lot of cool things you can do with it. So, skillful. Hunter's a neutral card. I don't think anybody just like is loving the Hunter, but he's not annoying either. Now, I will say, we forgot some of these Evos, so we'll go back. We'll do a quick Evo around here. Hunter Evo is definitely annoying. Getting your stuff like stuck in place so he can blast it is very annoying. The Barbarian's Evo is, I'm just gonna put it in neutral. I don't think anybody is mad about when you see Barb Evo. I'm like, why did they even put the Barb Evo in? What is that doing for you, buddy? Because 90% of the time it's nothing. Mortar Evo, I think we put Mortar in annoying, and I think the Evo stays there as well. It's not really toxic. I don't feel like it can get some more damage or whatever. It just doesn't feel that impactful. And what else are we missing here? Lumberjack Evo is definitely toxic. Sometimes it just feels like it gets so much value for literally nothing. It's gross. What else are we missing here? Tesla Evo is definitely toxic. I feel like, listen, if the regular Tesla is annoying, the Evo Tesla is toxic, because again, it feels similar to the Mega Knight, right? Where the thing that is supposed to counter it, Swarm, no longer counters it. So BS, go fuck yourself if you use that. Bats, I think neutral, right? Nobody's mad about Evo Bats. Ice Spirit Evo is a little annoying, okay? It's a little BS. The double freeze can completely change the tide of a fight. It can win you pushes and stuff. It's gross. I think that's fair. What is this? Oh, that's wall breakers. Okay, sorry. Just having a moment. Furnace Evo is just, I think it goes into toxic, honestly. It was so busted when it came out, right? That I think even for the legacy, it gets a little bit of that extra toxicity, but the double fire spirit can just, it'll wipe out your tower, and you really, it just feels so bad to play something into the Evo Furnace. Okay, did we miss any? I think we covered Inferno Drag already, so let's go ahead and drop this bad boy up here. Honestly, I think just annoying. It doesn't feel like it changes that much. It's scary, certainly, but it's not any more scary, I don't think, than the regular Inferno Dragon, you know? Okay, Royal Ghost. Royal Ghost is annoying. For sure. For sure. The splash damage sometimes feels like bullshit, like he hits your tower when he shouldn't. The invisibility can be quite lethal at times. I think that makes sense. Now, the Evo Royal Ghost is very scary, but I still feel like only rises to the level of annoyance. When it first came out, of course, as all things Supercell does, it was completely busted, but I feel like it's really been toned down and it's not a big deal anymore. Okay, next up we have Magic Archer, skillful card. One of the most skillful cards in the game. Possibly my favorite card, just because of how versatile it is, how much you can do, the cool stuff you can pull off with it. A very cool card. Rascals, wholesome. Everybody loves the Rascals, okay? They're easily dealt with, and honestly are kind of in a rough spot right now, but a very cool card nonetheless. Snowball is skillful. There's so much stuff you can do with the Snowball, right? It's insane. And the same goes for Evo Snow, right? You can just do some insane stuff. You can completely turn the tide of a fight with an excellent Evo Snow. You can reset towers and stuff. It's just an awesome card. It's really fun to play with. Even though I don't have it, it just looks fun, okay? Let's see. Royal Recruits, absolutely toxic, right? And the Evo really doesn't change that much, I don't feel like, for them, right? I feel like it's basically the same thing. But chat, I mean, who's gonna say the Royal Recruits aren't toxic, okay? You'd have to be out of your mind. Hogs, also, I'm gonna put them in toxic too. I think they're kind of bullshit. It feels like it's if you don't have a building right, you are going to take hundreds of damage from the Hogs no matter what. There is almost no way to avoid it. The things that counter them often shoot too slow to effectively take care of them in time before they've done significant damage. And for that very reason, I mean, we have to put the Evo Hogs in the same category. I think they almost rise to the level of... Wait, where did they go? I lost them. Hold on. I think they almost rise to the level of the other, like, into the lethal toxic category, but probably not. Probably not that bad. Goblin Giant was really busted, but honestly, I feel like it is a... This is controversial. I feel like the Goblin Giant itself is a pretty skillful card. There are a lot of things you can do with it that you would not expect, and a lot of creative ways to use it to get value with the spear gobs and stuff and the kiting. So I feel like there's a lot of skill expression in the Goblin Giant. The Goblin Giant Evo is annoying, okay? If you don't deal with the Goblin Giant, he will absolutely take your whole tower with the Evo. It's very dangerous, and it feels kind of bullshit, right? Like, I'm getting punished for killing the thing that's attacking my tower, right? It's annoying. Definitely annoying. E-Drag is annoying, and the Evo is toxic, okay? I recently got my friend into Clash, right? He's played before, but we got him back on it, right? And we did like a little 1v1, just was like, hey, let's play, you know, you're on the game. And he fought the Evo Drag, and he immediately was like, what the fuck is that? And I don't blame him, because watching that shit multi-chain from everything and loop around, and it's just disgusting. It's gross. It's really, really toxic. I mean, I shut down insane pushes with the E-Drag Evo, okay? You play stuff on... I don't know. I can't even describe how gross it is at times. Ram Rider is toxic, dude. This thing feels like it is impossible to stop from hitting your tower again if you don't have a building similar to the Hogs, okay? It's really gross, and the stun slow freeze thingy that it does is it's good on defense and offense, which is quite disgusting. Wall breakers are toxic as hell, okay? And Evo wall breakers go into the radioactive territory. Where did I put them? I lost them. There we go. Evo wall breakers are insane. Okay, if the wall breakers were gonna connect, now they just double connect. They sneak through all the time. They cost so little. If they get split at the top of the arena, it's almost impossible to answer them at a neutral or positive trade, right? Like, it's extremely difficult to deal with the wall breakers and not be down elixir. So the Evo just makes that so much worse. Earthquake, I'm going to say, is a skillful card. I hardly see it used, and when it's used, it's only used in the most skillful of decks. Okay, Diddy Cage. Diddy Cage is something else, man. Because the regular Diddy Cage, I think, is a really cool card. It doesn't require any skill, so we're going to drop it in neutral. It's not really annoying either. But Evo Diddy Cage is absolutely annoying. I mean, just look at this little freak. it's just kind of BS when he slurps up your biggest unit and decimates it. He just, who knows what he's doing to it in there, man. It's something else. Fisherman is absolutely a skillful card. Very annoying at times, but I mean, there's, again, it's such a versatile card that you can do so much with, so I think it has to go there. This is toxic. I mean, E-Golem is one of the most toxic cards in the game. At times it feels like it's just a free win for you when you play against it, but other times it feels like you literally can do nothing to counter it. So it's just gross. Battle Healer is something, man. I feel like Battle Healer has to go in the bar fight category because the card itself, right, I feel like is wholesome. She doesn't do that much damage. She's got a unique gimmick. She's really not that useful in like most decks, right? But when she gets played in certain decks, dude, I swear to God, she is the bane of my existence. So because she like occupies both ends of the spectrum, I feel like she has to go in the bar fight category. Next up, we have Firecracker. Firecracker is fucking toxic as hell. And the Firecracker Evo most definitely is going, dude, I am going to lose my mind about losing these cards. Where did she go? She's absolutely one of the most toxic cards in the game. When Firecracker Evo got added to the game, I quit for a little bit because, I mean, she was one of the first added and she's just disgusting. It's so awful. I hate it, dude. It feels like it's impossible to avoid the damage at times. She doesn't shoot fast once she's down, except for that first time. It feels like the first shot she sends off is impossible to avoid most of the time. It's so gross. I hate it, dude. It's disgusting. It's so bad. Royal Delivery is annoying, okay? I don't think it requires nearly any skill to use. Well, that's not true. I don't know. I gotta put it in skillful, okay? Well, no. Annoying. Chat, what do you think? Annoying, skillful, neutral. Okay, annoying. I would say annoying. The amount of elixir Royal Delivery cost, I think, is just too low. It gets so much value for 2 elixir that it's kind of gross. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Skelly Drags are a neutral card. Never mad about Skelly Drags, never happy about seeing them. I feel truly neutral about them. This E-Spirit is the only one that's going to go into annoying, okay? I feel like the E-Spirit does some insane things at times. The chains that it can get are just disgusting. It doesn't quite have the same skill requirements, I feel like, as these other cards, just because of how much value it can give. E-Giant is absolutely lethal levels of toxicity, okay? Swarm is one of the best things you can use to counter a card with a ton of health, and this is one of the cards that completely negates one of its best counters just by existing. So it absolutely goes in lethal territory. I mean, there are ways to deal with it, certainly, but it feels like if somebody drops an E-Giant, you are going to lose half your tower, like, no matter what. All right, next up, we have Mother Witch. Toxic as hell. I mean, they can hold on to the Mother Witch and then just surprise you with it at the last moments of the game and zap up all your little skellies and completely decimate you. She is just, it's really gross what she does. I don't like it at all, and I feel like toxic makes sense. Drill is skillful, okay? It's a hard win condition to use at times. It's not very good in single, you know, in 2v2 it's one of the best cards, but in single it's very difficult to get value from, so I think that makes sense. Golden Knight is absolutely toxic as hell, right? I don't think he quite rises to radioactive levels. Like, when I think about these cards, I definitely don't think Golden Knight, but he's certainly toxic, okay? The dash is bullshit. 90% of the time, the dash is bullshit. Don't fuck with him. Archer Queen is a neutral card, I think. I think you could make an argument for skillful. She's easily countered. The stealth is a little scary at times, but I think neutral. I'm gonna go neutral also for Skelly King. I think Skelly King is a pretty straightforward card, and it's not too hard to deal with, but yeah. Next up, we're gonna go with Mighty Miner. Mighty Miner is skillful, 100%. It's definitely a difficult card to use. There are so many unique things you can do with this card with the bomb and stuff, so skillful makes sense. The Phoenix, I feel like, is wholesome. I never see Phoenix played, and when it is, I no matter if I'm the one fighting Phoenix or the one fighting against Phoenix, I want to see the egg pop, okay? It just never happens. I want to see the Phoenix be revived, so I think it goes on wholesome. Next up, we have the Monk. The Monk is absolutely a skillful card, but that little fucker is annoying. He is toxic, okay? It's some bullshit half the time, dude. It's bullshit. But it does require a ton of skill to get value from the ability and stuff, so it goes there. Little Prince is toxic, okay? He's annoying. He's annoying. The Guardian is annoying. The Little Prince is annoying. The whole thing is annoying. He has a little more health than you would like him to have for what he does and stuff, so I would say annoying makes sense. Void. I feel like Void has to go in skillful. You have to be very careful about how you use it to really get value from it. Next up, we have Goblin Demolisher. I'd say neutral or annoying. I mean, I think it's very similar to the Goblin Giant, where at times it can feel like you're the Goblin Giant Evo, where at times you feel like you're getting punished for doing what you're supposed to. Okay, Goblin Curse is absolutely toxic. Okay, I love it, but it's toxic as hell. Okay, having your whole army that you spawned in get turned against you is 100% something that is toxic. Okay, this is the Goblin Machine. Goblin Machine is toxic, right? The rockets are disgusting. He does so much damage. He has so much health. He's a lot better now, like since the nerfs, but definitely a toxic card. Okay, Bush is annoying. Bush requires an answer and very careful timing and requires almost no skill from the opponent to play. You just drop that shit at the bridge and it does its thing. But if you misplay even slightly against it, you could take a lot of damage. Goblinstein. Goblinstein is a skillful card, okay? It's a very big investment elixir to play the Goblinstein to begin with, right? It feels like you don't get a lot of value just by playing it. And then to activate the ability is even more elixir that often feels very difficult to get value from. I'm going to put it in skillful. Rune Giant is wholesome, okay? Rune Giant sucks so much ass that when you see someone play her, it's like, right on, brother. I hope you figure out how to make that shit work. Berserker is a beloved card, but she does... I want to put her in skillful. I'm going to put her in neutral, okay? She is used in a lot of skillful decks, but I don't think she requires a ton of skill to play herself. You kind of just put her down and she does her thing. Boss Bandit is one of the most toxic, disgusting cards in the game. She has so much health. She does so much for so little. It feels like it's impossible to get a positive trade against her. I don't even know what cards you could play to get a positive trade against her, because she could just dash and negate that. And she's dangerous and very difficult to deal with. Absolutely lethal. Okay. Spirit Empress, we're just going to use one of these because I'm not rating both of them. I think she's a neutral card. Who gives who cares at all about the Spirit Empress? She came in and did nothing for the game. Okay, Vines. Vines are definitely toxic, okay? Vines can require some skill to use, but I mean, it's on the same level as Freeze, right? It's the same gimmick, okay? And then do we have anything? Oh, we have Evo Drill. Evo Drill is our last card here. Evo Drill, I don't feel like it can be a little annoying, right? It's kind of the same. It's still skillful, but I think the Evo makes it more annoying than skillful. Okay, and here is our list of every Clash Royale card rated by how toxic they are, right? Let me take a little picture of the top here. Yep, there you go. There you have it. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. We are almost to 500 subs already, and it's been like 2 weeks. Channel's almost monetized. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I have a lot more ideas for stuff like this. So if you enjoyed it, stick around, and I will see you in the next one. If you think I'm wrong about anything, don't tell me. Instead, just gas me up and tell me how awesome I am. Thanks.